Hey guys, so I wasn't planning on having a live stream today. I have a neighbor who's working on his house, so there's a lot of noise going on. So I apologize beforehand. But given how much of a fight was it for us to win the 3 points, I guess I owe it to ourselves, to the fans who were, suffering and enduring this match, but especially to PK and Gavi and Ter Stegen, who for me were directly responsible for, allowing us a good result after the tough weeks that we've had with the Frankfurt defeat and then the Cadiz defeat and the match. I, I don't think it's even worth it to talk about this match before saying that this team is exhausted. This team is physically and mentally it's exhausted. It's the guys just can't handle much of anything. They need rest. They need, a proper preseason and the signings. I don't think. Um, to me, it's pretty clear that even if Sevilla hadn't fucked up against Real Madrid, that this team, and as it showed against Cadiz, that we would be able to fight for the Liga into the last match day. I don't think we have it. I don't think we have the physical prowess to do it. And it sucks, obviously, but I think it's really obvious that this could be how we would be reaching, the end of April, given that we had the preseason with a shit coach like Koeman, and that the best signings came now in January. So it's just some big patchwork that Xavi was handed. He's literally doing all he can. He's working a miracle, but there are limits, and we reached them. Uh, this team, uh, unfortunately, really needs this season to end. I think if we beat Rio, I think it's next Sunday. Um, we'll be, pretty much safe with the second spot, and especially the Champions League qualification. So I have to open up by saying this: these guys are tired. These guys had they are still playing the season, the first season without Messi. They didn't have a preseason. They went from a shit backstabbing coach, like Koeman, and like we have really important players that arrived in January. So it's just too hard. It's hard, and they really fought it. They really fought for it today. It's not our style. This kind of matches. It's on Real Madrid to to play to live like that. And yeah, the guys fought for it. Paul Cardenas already pop up with a question: who's responsible for this physical lap, for the sheer amount of injuries? Look, I know that there were several changes since Xavi took over. I won't remember all the departments where there were, new people coming in, people getting fired, but it's just like when you think for about the design for the season, the planning for the season, when you have a preseason that was, planned and executed by people who apparently weren't doing a good job, and that's why Xavi had to, replace them and bring his own people. The work on the player's physique, it's already done. Obviously, the human body, human nature, you always, when you change things up, it's possible to, regain something. But we have older players and their recovery time is different. And once you don't have this, stability going on, it's just too difficult to maintain fitness, to not get injured, to be able to compete. So it's just, as I said, this whole patchwork. There's lots of difficulties that work in a network, and they just fuck us up. I think our fitness levels speaks well for Xavi. It means he's demanding more from the players mentally and physically, pressing high up the pitch. Yeah, Pedro, I agree with you. But yeah, even though the way we are playing now, the way the players are expected to play is different. It just shows how so apart from the footballing reality Kuman was, and the physios and whoever was working alongside him, because these guys are exhausted, and I think this match just showed it. And let's go into it. Let's go about the match. Um, I think we were really lucky to have Gavi's energy. And this kid is crazy. I mean, he goes for every single challenge, like literally head on, face on. He's a fighter. He doesn't stop. And for us to be able to score in the first 15 minutes, because he pressed, he believed in that ball that Dembele hit the post, and Real Sociedad's defense couldn't clear it. He made it happen, and Ferran Torres was really cold to bring it down on his chest and make the assist, and Alba was really obviously fortunate to be able to head it in. And overall, after that, after scoring our goal, our winning goal, so early on the match, because since the fucking referee, del perro grande, not cero grande, perro as in dog in Spanish, uh, we basically scored the match and had to hold the results for 90 minutes with the time that he added on the second half. So first of all, we still have the same difficulties that I have been talking since I'm, back doing these live streams, which is we are just attacking from the wings. The midfield is apart from the area. The thing is not moving like an accordion, and the players are. We are very predictable in the way that we attack, and I think even when Dembele, who didn't really have a great match today, I think his last few matches were better than today. He doesn't even cut in anymore. He cut inside. To He's always going to cut outside. He's not going to try to dribble and to rely on pace. You get it. You wait for the defenders, and this whole scenario, it really makes ball circulation and ball retention and pressing more difficult. And maybe we are not doing it because not only we don't have the players for it, as I said, Alba is scoring. He'll certainly score more than 10 goals in a Liga season after coming in the middle of the season, which is huge. I mean, the man is responsible for our 3 points today directly, but he doesn't add this possibility of linking up a front, and that just limits us. And Real Sociedad, I think we were really lucky that they are without their, actual attacking players, Oyarzabal, and, that Danish guy who was, or I don't remember his name, Orlov, something like that. That we were up front. He was a really like slow dude, and um, so we were lucky that they didn't create as much. Obviously, we were really lucky that David Silva wasn't playing. And so when you don't have David Silva, when you don't have your starting attacking line, it's going to be difficult. So we were lucky that we scored earlier. We were lucky that Real Sociedad didn't really um, on the first half. They didn't like dominate in terms of pressing, in terms of keeping the ball, in terms of creating chances, and because I think until the 1 hour mark, Ter Stegen hadn't didn't pull a single save, you know, and those were they started especially after their second half, where it was a disaster. I mean, I think mentally, when you see the whole back line of FC Barcelona dropping injured, because literally every single one of our back line today, especially Araujo, had to leave. And Eric Garcia came in. Piqué played injured for most of the match. Uh, Alba was, going through something today. Alves got a knock. So I think mentally it doesn't help up front when you have this tension about, hey, I think we won't be able to stop an attacking move if we don't have people standing up bodies to defend us. So I think Real Sociedad came in the second half more aligned, and that's why they had like 86% ball possession for like the first 20 minutes, which is totally insane for FC Barcelona standards. But I think that shows once more that a tired 34-year-old Busquets, a tired, younger, obviously, than Busquets, Frankie de Jong. When you are limited in terms that the midfield is getting the ball way too deep, and they have to move really fast to distribute it to the wings, it just makes everything harder. And at the same time easier for the opposition to stop us and to contain us and to just make this our midfield work difficult, and that's what they did. And so what we saw was us uh, apart from that big Gavi chance, yeah, that he could have scored a 2-0, and he didn't even hit the target. We didn't create much in the second half at all, and we were really lucky for Ter Stegen today. I mean, people were shitting on him and coming up with weird pictures to prove that second Frankfurt goal was his fault. Even trying to show that the position of his other arm was. I mean, the guy saved us today. Okay, he made two huge saves. That one with the one with his foot, and then that one that comes from that cross from the right side. And as I said, I mean, the three most the players that won the 3 points for us today are Gavi and his pressing. The kid is crazy. The kid doesn't care. The kid is like he just goes for it. He goes for everything. I think he will have a career if he doesn't get more. I'm not saying that he shouldn't fight as much, but he has to be careful about the yellow cards and red cards. If he isn't like has a better grasp of things and is a bit more controlled, he's gonna have a lot of expulsions. He's gonna be sent off a lot. But this energy won the points for us today. And yeah, man, it's just this team is exhausted. I mean, there isn't that much to say about the squad, our situation. I'm certain after this victory today that we will reach the Champions League next season, which would be like a massive failure if it didn't. And I'm certain, especially if we beat Rio, that we'll be second place. And Madrid may drop some points, like 3, 4, 5 points, and they still way ahead. And I think that even if Madrid has this little accidents, it won't make this season better overall. But yeah, I mean the the two decisions from Laporta, the two big ones that sending Messi away and keeping Koeman, that doomed the season. It is as simple as that. So when he had to crawl back to ask for Xavi to come and then to make all the crazy deals that he had to pull to bring players now in January in the winter window, um, it was just trying to avoid the a bigger shame. So this season was always going to be really hard. And there's also the whole the mentality of changing to a more demanding coach after so many seasons, the return after COVID. I'm Brazilian, so like 660,000 people here were killed in the pandemic because of the fascist Bolsonaro, who is supported by Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, and won't get into it. So I think I think football will only start to regain its normalcy after next season, because this season with the World Cup, being December, because it needs to be played in Qatar. So the planning for next season will be unique. There won't be there it will be the first season like it. It won't be another season like it. So it's really unique in terms of everything. And I think I think for the 2023-2024 season, then we'll be able to predict things and see things uh, in a more regular fashion, the way we are used to seeing. So yeah, I'm really happy for the 3 points. Obviously, I'm really happy for Xavi. I really think that he deserved a break, because it's really hard to change the momentum of a club this size, that has been adrift for what, 6, 7 years. I'm counting the last Luis Enrique season already, which the guy was banking on Mathieu and Arda Turan and all that crazy shit that we saw, and all the other mediocre coaches we got, and the titles we won just because of Messi, and the last bit of you know um, uh, harmony that was left over from the Messi era. We were winning because of that. And to have this proper rebuilding in this season, made in this fashion, the traumatic way in which we learned that Messi was going to stay, the um, obvious car crash that was going to be to start the season with Koeman, who lost La Liga last season in an unexplicable fashion. I know that Koeman has like little crazy supporters in on Twitter. It's totally insane to me the way where we lost La Liga last season. So yeah, guys, I don't really have much to say today. So if you guys want to, send questions, send topics for us to talk about, I will talk about the whole Piquet situation for a little bit. To since there are six people watching, um, I think it really doesn't have much to do with uh FC Barcelona. I think it has to do with a rich Catalan spoiled man who is a multi-millionaire. Piquet literally has like dozens of millions of euros. He's married to a goddess. He's married to Shakira. He's won every single title there is to win. And the man wants more power and more money. So I think it's just sad. And the fact that now we're seeing that he was, asking Rubiales to, yeah, let me play in the Olympics, or yeah, Andorra is in a difficult group, so hell, it's just pathetic. I'm sorry. I On the last live stream that I did after the Frankfurt match, I said how much I don't trust the guy, and yeah, I think it just proves it. But obviously, one thing has nothing to do with Piquet as an athlete. He showed it today. I think if it wasn't for all the crazy shit about his company and his tweet interview and the audio leakings and whatnot, he wouldn't have forced to remain on the pitch the way he did. But I think it's always good to see players trying extra to change the dynamics in a team that really was going through a rough patch. We are still going through a rough patch. There's a thing that I always um, like when we are about to face another team is that when these smaller teams want to are about to face us, I always look at their last matches. And Rayo just beat Espanyol today, on the way that Espanyol was going to give away free hot dogs, Frankfurts, to make fun of us for losing to Frankfurt. And Rayo went there and beat them 1-0. So Rayo is coming from a win. And the way I analyze it, when you're not, losing, 2, 3 games, when you're not drawing, when you come from a win, usually there's a little bit of relaxation that happens. And I'm really, excited to see Barca winning this match against Rayo, and to be over with it, because the season needs to end, guys. The season has to end. I think everyone needs a break. I think the fans need a break. I think Xavi will be, dying to, look at people's eyes, and whoever he needs to look in at their eyes and at the board and say, let's plan for next season. So next season is going to be unique, as I said. We do think we win the World Cup. Obviously, I'm rooting for Messi. I think of every single World Cup that Messi has played, this is the one that he's reaching with the best dynamics going on in Argentina. It's not only due to the fact that they are unbeaten for like 31 matches. It's not only due to the fact that they won Copa America. It's a reliable team. It's a team that really knows how to defend. It's a team that has options up front. I love that Lautaro Martinez is scoring goals for Inter. Um, so for me, obviously, I'm a huge Messi guy. I think it would be perfection if his career would, end with him lifting the World Cup. I think it will be the end of all discussions. It will be the end of the fairy tale that is Messi's life, that is Messi's career. So I really hope that Argentina has the conditions to compete until the end. Obviously, that depends on people not getting injured because everybody knows if Aguero and Di Maria weren't injured in 2014, Messi would be a World Cup champion already. It's just a fact, and I believe in him, obviously. But obviously, I think France is really tough. Brazil is really well managed, even though I would hate to see Neymar win the World Cup before Messi has the chance to. I know Neymar will be 35 for the next World Cup. I know I'm Brazilian, but I really just let Messi win this shit so we can end this talk and let Brazil and Mbappe win 5 4 World Cups after it's all. I don't care. I just want Messi to finish his career with the fucking World Cup, and he deserves it. He really truly deserves it. And yeah, that's my 2 cents about the World Cup. I think Spain is always competing. I don't like the person of Luis Enrique, but I respect his work. Uh, I don't like his individual choices of players. I mean, the guy fucked us over with his, praising and using of Douglas and Mathieu. So the guy, he has issues. So I'm not fond of him at all. But yeah, I think between these 4 teams, I think Brazil and France are the favorites. It's their World Cup to lose, and Argentina, it's a really solid team. Spain has a lot of talent, and I think that's it. Obviously, there could always a different team that grows, gets stronger, and more confident during the tournament away from these 4 options. But um, i- it's tough to see other national teams other than these 4, you know, reaching the final. Or I think if the semifinals were these 4 teams, perfection. Whoever reached the final, especially if Messi does it again, it will be great. So yeah, guys, I really don't have much to say about today's match. I think everyone is tired. We are tired. We are seeing the same flaws, the same, strategic, systemic flaws over and over again. I really do hope that Ter Stegen gets a little bit of peace of mind, a piece of a little bit of love in Barcelona Twitter, even though Twitter is the worst. Um, Gavi is dynamo. The dude is important. The dude is. I think I really do hope he has a brilliant career. I hope he doesn't get injured. This like next 4 to 5 years when these guys are uh, still developing physically, muscularly, everything. So yeah, we the season will be much easier to handle, to follow, to to have a peace of mind once we have this Rayo match, especially. And here's hoping that we beat Rayo. I think all the other matches, to analyze the squad and everything will be easier. And yeah, if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm gonna cut this live stream short today, just for a half hour. I think everyone is tired, and if you guys don't have any questions, I think it's cool. And yeah, I just wanna end by saying that Xavi has and will have for at least 2 more seasons my complete trust, because everyone who was coming in after Messi leaving was really brave. Everyone who's coming in to make this final transition from this old guard of players, Pique, Busquets, Alba, Ter Stegen, Alves is back, and all the rest was going to be a huge, because yeah, Xavi is going to build the new Barcelona generation for the next 5-10 years. And as I said, for him to for his first 2 seasons to be the one season he didn't start, that Koeman planned, that Messi left, and the second season to be the World Cup in Qatar season, it's fucked. It's just fucked. It's extra hard, too hard. And on top of that, Barcelona is financially broke. So it's just too big of a challenge. And I do hope that he gets peace of mind, and the planning, and the money that's coming in from Spotify and the CVC deal and whatnot, allow Xavi to reach the 2023-2024 season with time, with better players, with backups for the old guys, getting rid of the wood in the bench, Lenglet and Umtiti and Sergio Roberto, and the guys that need to leave. Alba, if not next season, certainly for 22-24. So yeah, that's what I had for today. I thank everyone who remained with me, who went and laughed. I will try to open tweets so you can send your questions before the next live stream, so I open them and we don't have to rely on just the ones that appear here on the chat. So yeah, I thank you. I'm really happy for a win. And if we beat Rayo, I think the season is ending on the best way possible after Xavi took over the ninth place team with the remnants of the Koeman era. So yeah, thanks. Have a great night. Bye bye.